The Bell and Whistle was their place. It's where Maya and Leo had their first date, clinking glasses of overpriced craft beer and talking over the terrible indie music. 3 years later, it was still their go-to chill-out spot, a familiar haven of scuffed wood and soft light. But that night, the air in the pub felt different. Perhaps it was the tension they'd brought in with them. A silent argument about future plans that still hummed between them. They'd just settled into their usual corner booth when Leo's gaze drifted over Maya's shoulder and stuck. His eyes, usually warm and teasing, glazed over with a stark, startling hunger. Maya followed his look. There, at the bar, was a woman. She was all laughter and bright eyes, her hair a cascade of honey gold under the pub lights. Cute. Attractive. Undeniably so. Before Maya could say a word, a joke, a warning, a plea, Leo was sliding out of the booth. Be right back, he mumbled, not meeting her eyes. Maya watched, frozen, as he beelined to the bar. She saw him say something, saw the woman's surprised, then flattered smile. She saw Leo lean in, his hand on her arm, and then, as if it were the most natural thing in the world, as if Maya were already a ghost, he kissed her. It wasn't a peck. It was a statement. The music, the chatter, the clinking glasses, all of it receded into a high-pitched whine in Maya's ears. A seismic crack splintered right through the center of her world. The pain was instant, corrosive, but it was swiftly followed by a glacial wave of clarity. She felt her heart seal itself off, turning into a hard, cold diamond of resolve. Her gaze swept the room, landing on a man sitting alone at a nearby table, nursing a stout and reading a book. He had kind, distracted eyes. Without overthinking, Maya stood, walked the 10 steps to his table, and leaned down. "I'm so sorry to do this," she said, her voice miraculously steady. "But my boyfriend just kissed someone over there. Would you mind helping me make a point?" The man looked from her shattered expression to Leo at the bar, comprehension dawning. He gave a slight, almost imperceptible nod of solidarity. Maya kissed him. It was a closed-mouth, performative kiss, but it was fierce with the raw energy of her breaking heart. When she pulled back, she looked directly at Leo. His face was a masterpiece of shock, quickly curdling into hypocritical outrage. The evening dissolved into a storm of hissed accusations in the rain-slicked car park. "How could you?" he kept demanding, as if he'd merely glanced at the other woman, and Maya had set the pub on fire. "We're done," was all she said, the finality in her voice leaving no room for debate. The split was total. Leo, it seemed, rode off into the sunset with the woman from the bar. Maya heard through the grapevine that it was a whirlwind of dramatic fights and public scenes, a relationship built on the shaky foundation of a stolen kiss, and it crumbled to dust within months. Maya, however, went back to the Bell and Whistle one quiet afternoon. The man with the book was there, at the same table. His name was Sam. He bought her a coffee to replace the pint she'd abandoned. "I figured you might need a less dramatic follow-up," he said with a gentle smile. They talked for hours. It wasn't fireworks. It was the kindling of a slow, steady fire. Sam was an architect who loved old buildings and terrible puns. He was solid where Leo had been slippery, attentive where Leo had been distracted. He listened. He showed up. Their love story wasn't written in grand dramatic gestures in pubs, but in 1,000 small steadfast ones. Early morning tea in bed supporting each other through career changes and family losses, laughing until they cried over inside jokes no one else understood. They built a life, a home, a family. Years later, Maya would hear that Leo was on his 3rd marriage, still searching for that initial spark, mistaking drama for passion. She'd feel a distant pang, not of regret, but for the young woman she'd been, whose world had ended in that pub so another, better one could begin. Maya and Sam made it. They made it through decades of sunrises and setbacks, their love deepening into a quiet, unshakable fortress. They made it until the very end, when Sam, gray and beloved, passed away peacefully in his sleep, holding Maya's hand. A love born from a kiss of revenge had long been forgotten, eclipsed by a lifetime of kisses that meant hello, I'm here, I understand, and always. Theirs was the union that lasted, a testament to the fact that sometimes the greatest love stories begin not with a perfect meet-cute, but in the beautiful, painful ashes of a heartbreak bravely endured. Death was the only force strong enough to separate them, and even then, Maya knew it was only a temporary parting.